Don't even care, mate. Burp confetti. Oh, that's rogue. Are you mad? These are the questions that... It's not for me. Ladies and gentlemen... Wow. Let's try that again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever edition of the DaneMellowsTalks Beer in a Mug. Okay, so this is, I spoke about it on the last episode. So this time I'm going to do beer in a mug. However, I've not got any beer. The only things I've got in, which I think this is a perfect representation of not only uni life, but also just saving a bit of money, all right? And the perfect representation of the DaneMellowsTalks podcast in all. We've got a little bit of Woodgate dark fruit cider. This is Lidl's version of Strongbow dark fruits. Okay, so let's get the little sound on this. Beautiful. Does not smell beautiful, right? And then to introduce the mug that we've got this time, because okay, so basically what I'm going to do is usually I'll have a different drink every week. So obviously this week we've got a little cheap cider with us, so it's not actually beer. But let's listen. You can all use your imagination, and I'm going to bring in a different mug every single week because I've got a few different mugs with a few different stories behind them. So this week we're going to be pouring the Woodgate into a Spider-Man mug from Disneyland Paris. So just let me get this in here right now. I'll get that on camera actually. Boom. So my idea with beer in the mug has basically been that this is going to be my first drink of the night. And I'll be honest with you, this is going to be my last drink of the night because we've just got back from the pub, which is why I'm energized. I've had a good time. I'm ready to go and I'm ready to record a podcast because with these, I have to be in the right mood for it. I have to be in the right mindset for it. The interviews aren't that vibe. Okay, whenever I book the interview for, I'll do the interview. Then I've done Tim, done Alana, and anyone else I interview in the future. But also in the past, things like Jason, we interviewed Zach on Called For, the 3 Olympians, Elena, Layla, all of those. It's in the moment. It's their energy that they're giving, and I'm just trying to provide as much energy as possible. These podcasts is more of a case of I need to provide the energy with no one else being here. I'm genuinely talking to myself, and at this point, having another drink by myself. So I'm a cider guy, especially over summer. Now we're getting more into the winter or autumn winter time. I am more of a beer. I'd much rather have a beer, but I don't have any beers in. Okay, I went for the Woodgate because it was cheaper. So that's why we're on that tonight. But Woodgate is nowhere near as nice as a regular Strongbow dark fruits. So hang on. Yeah, it's nowhere near as nice. But the story behind this mug, okay? Right, it's a little Spider-Man mug. But so we've got the Spider-Man mug on this one. It was basically from, I don't know if anyone's seen the ride that they have at the Disneyland Paris. They've got like a Marvel Avengers campus there within the Walt Disney side of things. And it is really cool. When we went to Disneyland over summer, we went to Paris over summer, and then Disneyland was one of the things that we did when we was there. But the Avengers campus was like the main reason I wanted to go to Disneyland. That's why we went to Walt Disney Studios, to be honest. And there, out of everything that was there, it was the Spider-Man ride that I was like, listen, I need to go on and I need to enjoy this. And it was so cool. It's the ride itself is, it like calibrates your body as you're in the ride, and you like bang, 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 and you shoot webs, and it goes onto the screen, and you're shooting these little spider bots, right? Because basically they've gone rogue or something, and it's the story is Spider-Man needs your help to get all of them sorted out, right? It's a really fun ride, and it is like very cool on how it like picks up your movements and it shoots them and everything. And you get a score, so you're in a carriage with 4 people, you being one of them, and so you can match your scores at the end, see who won and all that sort of stuff. The ride itself, it wasn't like a roller coaster ride or anything. It was just moving around. Have you been to Alton Towers and have you been on Jewel? I think it's closed now, actually, very recently. But if you've been on Jewel before, it's very similar to that. Just rather than having guns, you're shooting them yourself, and rather than it being lasers, you're shooting Spider-Man's webs. That is the best way to describe it. Although the other Marvel Avengers campus ride there was an Iron Man and Captain Marvel one, right? Whatever you think of Iron Man and Captain Marvel, doesn't matter, right? The best way I can describe that ride is, again, Alton Towers, Rita, but on steroids. It goes 0 to 100 so fast. I don't know what it actually goes to. It might not be 100, whatever, but it picks you up so fast. And the first time we went on it, we did not think it was that. We thought it was like you're helping. We thought it was like a similar to the Spider-Man ride, more of an interactive one. So it takes you around, and it's got this countdown, and it only clicks. It goes like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it only clicks on about 2 that I'm like, it might actually be about to just shoot us off here, because they're talking about us going into space and stuff on the intro to the ride as you're walking through. So it shoots you, and you go at mad speeds, absolutely insane speeds, and that ride goes through so much in like so fast. That ride takes you around so much in such a quick time, and the video around it as well, it doesn't look like a video. The video isn't the right word, but what you can see around it is you flying through space, and you've got Iron Man and Captain Marvel next to you, and you know they're like, oh, watch out, and like this explosion in front of you. So then the ride dips off to dip around the explosion. It is very, very cool. But back to the mug, right? On this side of the mug, we've got another Spider-Man logo there. I'll try and get that on for you. So this, I got this mug, and I also got a t-shirt with this logo on it, right? When I went to Disney, the thing is, when you go to Disney, you have to fully immerse yourself as you're embracing your childhood for the day, right? And I went there, and I went in with that mindset, because it's the way that you're going to enjoy it the best. Because the rides are cool, but if you're not immersing yourself in everything, then it's more of a case of, well, you're just going and you're just going on a couple of roller coasters, and Disney is way more expensive than just going on a couple of roller coasters. So I was getting the money's worth. The money we paid for it, I was gonna make the most of it. So I got that, and I got a t-shirt as well. And what I like about the mug as well, it's got like a little claw thing for the spider bot. I think they're called spider bots. For the spider bots, their claws is what the actual handle is there, which I think is really cool. It just makes the mug very different. It's a deep mug as well. It's like the size, I don't know if you can really tell on this, but it's like the size of one of the Sports Direct mugs, right? It's a very, very big mug. Woodgate is not nice. Just splash out a couple of extra quid and go for the Strongbow. That is pretty much the story behind this mug. Disneyland Paris was a really good experience, all in all. The Nemo ride, go on the Nemo ride. If you go to Walt Disney Studio side of thing, we didn't actually go to the main Disneyland park of it, where the big castle is and everything. We just stuck on the Walt Disney side. That's all we had tickets for. But it was well worth going. I'd love to go again. Yeah, so like I said, I brought up this concept in the last episode, and I've been very excited to get into it. And I've been waiting for a night out where I had a bit of time beforehand. So I'm finishing work at like 5 now. I can't be drinking too much while I'm on there, at all. But I've been waiting for a night out so I can have a beer beforehand, because I don't just like having the casual one and then leave it at that. So I was supposed to have an interview, and I've saved this for this specific episode, the first beer in the mug episode, because it did annoy me a little bit, and it's gonna be a little bit of a rant. And 9 times out of 10, I'm not the person to have a rant or anything like that. I don't like throwing out negative energy out there. But this one got on my nerves, right? So I wanted to get it out there. I just wanted to. Don't even care, mate. Yeah, right. So Aaron Hunt, okay, TikToker. Wouldn't call him famous. Wouldn't call him a celebrity, but he's got a fair few followers on TikTok. He's a funny guy, right? I'll say it right now at the start. I like his TikToks. They are funny, but I've not seen them in a while. I found out that he was the guest at Piper, which is the nightclub just down the road from where I'm staying in Hull, right? It's in Freshers Week, this and that. I see that he's on, so I send him a message. Don't think anything of it. I send him a message. Hi mate, see that you're in Hull. See that you're in Piper. Just fancy nipping down to the student radio station, and we can get a quick interview for my podcast. He sends me voice notes back. He's like, yeah mate, of course. Where is it? What time do you need me? This and that. Send him all the details. Basically, we organise the entire thing. Okay. He says that the only thing that he can see going wrong is that he needs to get in to Piper like a little bit earlier, for whatever reason, right? And I was getting the train back from London that day, so I was only getting in at 7. I was getting back to mine for 7:30. needed to then get all my stuff for the podcast and then head over to the studio. So I was saying that it really needs to be about 8 o'clock. He said that he needs to meet the manager at 8. So I was like, all right, yeah, that's completely fine. Don't worry about it. He's like, well, we can do tomorrow morning. Amazing, right? So we're going on the night out that he's like the guest at that night in Piper. And I sent him a message beforehand saying, what time do you want to do for the morning? I don't have anything, but I'm thinking he's doing the guest on the night out now. He's probably busy this, that, or the other. So we go on the night out, and he's roaming about. He's on his phone for most of it anyway, but so I don't know why he didn't really send me a message back about anything. But like I say, he's the guest at the nightclub, whatever. So I see him, I bump into him, I'm like, oh, hi mate, what time are we doing the interview tomorrow? And he's like, oh, okay, so we can do about 9, half 9, 10ish. I was like, okay, well, I'm working from 9 anyway, so I don't mind any time from then. Just let me know, and I can take an early break, and I nip off to the studio, get the episode recorded, bing bang boom. So I wake up at about half 8, heard nothing from him, so I was like, fair enough. Gets to 9 o'clock, send him a message saying, hi mate, I'm in all day now, so whenever you're free, I'm good to go. Didn't hear anything. Not heard a single thing since. So the point that really got to me on it, the point that really annoyed me, was that it wasn't a case of I sent him a message, are you up for doing an interview, and he aired it. If he aired it, there's no interest in it. Listen, it's a new podcast. He's got hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok. It's not that big of a deal, right? It's the fact that we organised it and he pulled out because of work. Fair enough, right? I can reorganise. I can be flexible like that, whatever. We organised it for the next morning after a night out. And he bails then. He just bails, and I've not heard anything since. And yeah, that is if it was a case of he just aired it, then fair enough. If it was a case of he messaged me back, oh, listen, mate, I'm sorry, I've had to leave Hull early, or mate, I'm hanging from the night before, I'm really sorry, I can't do it, maybe we can do another time, this and that, full respect on that. It was just completely ghosted, though. I think the only reason I'm bringing it up, because I had a really good episode planned. I had like a sick episode planned, and it was going to be really class, but this and that and the other. But so we're not going to let that carry on any further. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump onto this episode, and we're going to start off with a game of Would You Rather. Okay. So usually I'd send it out on my Instagram story and see what gets sent in. This was a very spontaneous beer in the mug, so I've not done that. So instead, I've gone on, I think it's called Either, the website, either.io. So would you rather game, right? So there are some on at the moment. I've not looked at them. And what's good about this is it tells you what the majority of people who have also played this game has gone for. It gives you the percentages. So my game is, I have another can if I need it as well. This one's not opened yet. My game is that if I don't go with the majority, then I have to have a drink. Okay, so we'll cheers to the start of the game. And what you can do as well, you can play along as well. So pour yourself out a beer. Might be an actual beer as well, not a cider. Pour yourself whatever drink you're having, and we're going to play this one together. Right, so need glasses to see far away or need glasses to see close up? Now, I have glasses. I don't know where they are. These glasses help me see far away, and I would hate to have these on right now to see my laptop screen. That would genuinely really annoy me if I couldn't see the lens, or if I couldn't see my laptop screen, or if I couldn't see my monitor here, or anything like that. If all that was blurry, that would really annoy me, because with them on, I can see it as well, but with them off, I can hit the camera. It's not even a camera, it's a microphone. So I would rather see far. I would rather need glasses to see far away. They are the way I am now. I think that's short-sighted. I think that's what I'm going for. 70% have gone with that, so I'm safe on this one. Oh my gosh, would you rather burp confetti or fart glitter? I think right, the thing is, you got to think about this logically, because if you're burping confetti, you don't often burp in a public place, unless you're like drunk and whatever. But at that point, if you're drunk and you're at a club or you're at a pub or whatever and you're burping confetti, you're the life of the party, right? If you're at a meeting and a burp slips out and you're burping confetti, then it's not a good look. Now, farting glitter will stay in your pants. Burping confetti, everyone around you can see it. farting glitter, as long as you keep your pants on, which most of the time I imagine you would, then you can hide that. So I'm going fart glitter. That's a much closer one, 56 to 54%, but I lost that one. Most of the people went for burp confetti. I suppose, to be honest, I'm now questioning my judgment, because you fart a lot more than you burp. And glitter in your bum is just going to be an inconvenience. Yeah, listen, I don't know why I went for that one, but it's all fun and games. Right, so would you rather have to wear a Barney costume for the rest of your life, or have to eat a bowl of cereal and mustard every morning? Cereal and mustard, easy. That's a no doubt. It's going to be disgusting, but I'm not wearing Barney for the rest of my life, and the majority agrees with that. 58 to 42 on that one. So we're with the majority. Would you rather live in the world overrun by zombies? That'd be rubbish. Or live in the world of My Little Pony? I'm going the zombies. You've got to go the zombies, mate. I'll take the zombies. No! Bro! I literally picked the zombies thinking that for a laugh most people are going to pick the zombies. It's a joke, but it's a 47-43 split. Oh, that's rogue. Oh, like Woodgate. Mate, don't drink Woodgate. Right. For £2,000, would you rather stay overnight in a haunted asylum, or go on a scary but broken roller coaster? Right. If I could choose someone to do it with, then I'd go in the haunted asylum, because I would choose someone who is adamant, not 100% believes it is not up for dispute in any way, shape or form that ghosts are not real. Because I fully believe you could go to a haunted asylum and it's all in your head. Like if the wind makes any noise, but you know you're in a haunted asylum, you're immediately like, that's a ghost. Get me out of there. I don't want the $2,000. Actually, for $2,000, I probably wouldn't do either. I would probably not do either. But yeah, that would be that. I'd pick to go with someone who is adamant that ghosts aren't real, and I'd go to a haunted asylum. But if I was on my own, again, haunted asylum, I'm not going on a broken roller coaster. Are you mad? Are you okay? I'm not going on a broken roller coaster. Haunted asylum, and the people are with me on that one. 59-41 split on that one. Next one. Would you rather wear only skin tight clothing, or wear clothes that are much too big? Much too big. Yeah, people are with me. Would you rather listen to the Macarena for 4 hours straight? Well, that's not too bad, because it's after 4 hours it's done. Or listen to Mambo number 5 for 4 hours straight. Oh, okay, so this is basically, do you prefer the Macarena or Mambo number 5? I'm going Mambo number 5, and the people are with me. Would you rather see the future or change the past? These are the questions that are going to be springing up the conversations when you go into to the pub or on a night out, right? When you're meeting people, would you rather see into the future or change the past? So what are this is a philosophical argument right here. I think I would rather see into the future. I think I'd definitely rather see into the future, because changing the past changes the present. It just does. If you change something in the past, the world that you know to be the present just might not be that anymore. It's a dodgy question. Actually, no, it's not a dodgy question. I think it's very straightforward. I'd rather see into the future, because I can choose then to keep it to myself. Maybe I don't look into my future. Definitely temptation would get the better of me, and I would definitely look into my future. But changing the past, it's not up to me to change the past. It's not up to anyone to change it. Have you ever seen The Flash? He changed the past and messed up everything. He made Flashpoint. Right, listen, this one's a very easy one for me. I'm going to see the future. And yes, 55-45 split on that one. Would you rather live in the Doctor Who universe or the Star Wars universe? Does the Star Wars universe, I've always thought this, does it ever even show Earth? Do you know what I mean? Does it ever actually even go to the Milky Way? Because if you think about it, we don't know what's going on in galaxies and galaxies far, far away. Do you know what I mean? we could be in the Star Wars universe right now. I'm not even that big of a Star Wars fan. This is just something that's coming to my head, but we could be in it right now. We just don't know it because the space is infinite as far as we know. Like, we don't know enough about it to say that we're not in that universe. The Doctor Who universe, yeah, we're not in that. Yeah, we're not in that universe. I don't know anything about Doctor Who other than TARDIS. Why can't I say them? I don't know what the actual word. The TARDIScs, the TARDISCO Ronos, the TARDIScs, something like that. Oh, all the Doctor Who fans are gonna come for me now. But listen, yeah, I'm gonna have to go to the Star Wars. The Star Wars one. Let's say we're in the Star Wars one and it's in our galaxy. That's quite cool. Unless the Death Star comes for you, because then you're a little bit screwed. But right, I'm gonna go Star Wars universe, and I think I'm gonna have the majority with me. And that's 68% Star Wars. Right, would you rather, we're going to do two more. Would you rather every movie you watch replaces the lead role with Nicolas Cage, or every song you hear is performed by Nickelback? I'm going to have to go with Nickelback. Songs, no, because that's every single song. But then it's every single movie. I'm more of a movie person than I am a music person. I'm going Nickelback. Oh my gosh, a 70-30 split, but it's against me. My gosh. I can't tell you. It's just not nice. Right, would you rather? This is the final one. Unless it's a rubbish one. If it's a rubbish one, then we'll do another. But this is the final would you rather question. Would you rather be able to kill anyone by writing their name in a notebook? I swear that's a program, isn't it? Called The Notebook. Maybe I'm wrong. Or is The Notebook a romance one? Is it like The Kill Book or something? I don't know. Right. Would you rather be able to kill anyone by writing their name in a notebook, or be able to heal anyone of any injury or illness, or revive the dead via a kiss? I swear that's necrophilia. The thing is, though, if you kiss someone with an illness in their mouth, do you then get that illness? And no one has the power that you have to heal people through a kiss, so that means you've just got that illness and you're screwed with it. On the same side, though, I don't want to kill anyone in a notebook. Why am I even debating this? Why am I actually even debating this? Yeah, I would. It doesn't say the kiss has to be on the lips. I'd go for the kiss. I'd go for heal anyone. And the majority is with me. 75%, 25% of people who have played this. Oh my gosh, right. I didn't even realise this. It says the number of votes under it as well. 316,000 people have voted to be able to kill someone by writing their name in a notebook. 9,500 have gone for healing people. 300,000 have gone for killing people over healing people. You're mad, you know. You're not thinking these questions through. I do feel like that's a pretty good game, though. And I don't know if I'll be able to do it for the next Beer in the Mug, but at least for some in the future, I do want to get someone on here with me. Yeah, we'll both have our own mugs. We'll both have our own beers. And yeah, we'll play things like this, and then we're going to discuss things like this. So what I've got a Reddit page up, and we're going to go through what petty thing has given you the ick. Okay? Right. Before we even get started, I can't see any of the answers just yet. I can only see the title or the topic or whatever it's called on Reddit. The thing with the ick, right? If you don't know what that is, it's like when you put off from someone because of something that they do. Some of them get absolutely ridiculous. I've seen some on TikTok. I've seen some people in real life, full 4K 2020 HD, say that they get the ick from people crossing the road. They get the ick from people crossing the road. I've seen people in 4K 2020 HD say that they get the ick from people saying please and thank you. I've heard people say they get the ick from people putting on their seatbelts, and that is mad. From wearing helmets, that is mad. It's safety. It's basic safety. Crossing the road, how do you want me to get to my destination? Do you know? I've always said the one thing that gives me the ick is when people say, "Oh, that's an ick." It's not for me. It's not for me. It really isn't for me. And I know I'll probably have annoyed a lot of people with that, so I'm going to have another mouthful. What petty thing has given you the ick? First answer. An old friend of mine used to say, "Orky mo" instead of "awkward moment," without a trace of irony. Oh my gosh. He also used to call... Right, he also used to call nipples nippy nops. He was 24. Is what it says. Yeah, I can see stuff like that. That's a basic like character trait of like, mate, if you're saying orky, oh, that's an orky mo. Listen, that's not for me. That's not for me. I would get to the point where I say it's an ick, but listen, it would put me off. It would definitely put me off. I laughed out loud at this one. I don't know how to find the next answer. Oh, I think I'll just keep scrolling down. Right. This is so shallow, but I was dating a guy for a couple of weeks and he told me that the kids at school used to call him Rat because he looked like a rat. Right? Little primary school nickname, I imagine. We've all had them. None of them are good. I couldn't unsee it after he said that. I completely lost interest. He does look like a rat. Oh, that is absolutely despicable. That is unforgivable. That's bad. That is bad. Someone's come up to you and said, "Oh yeah, people at school used to bully me because I look like a rat," and you've gone, "They've got a point. Don't come and see me again." That's crazy, you know. That you shouldn't be allowed to see people anymore. Right. I started dating a friend and the way he would text turned me right off him. Every sentence ended in an exclamation mark. I'm aware that this is extremely petty. Are you mad? It's for a text. For a text. Someone needs to take a phone away. Once I was talking to this guy and he was just too keen. Right, that isn't an ick. They do go on in this, but so far that's not an ick. That's just someone doesn't know how to... Someone just don't know how to play the game. Right, I was talking to this guy who's just a bit too keen. If I take him more than 5 minutes to respond, he double text me like, "Bro, I will respond. Leave me alone and give me some time." No, I definitely get that. It's a bit of a thing, that one. If the thing with it is it appears that the other person doesn't have anything to do, and it's immediately off-putting because for myself, it's more of a case of, listen, I have my things to do. Things like this. We've been recording now for half an hour. If you're expecting a reply every 5 minutes, that's 6 replies. That's 6 replies that I've missed out on so far. You have your things to do. You expect that the other person has their things to do as well. As you first getting to know someone, it's all you want to do. You just want to keep texting. But the thing is, if you just keep doing that, you're just going to put the other person off, and it's just not going to work out. It just isn't. And it might just be the world that we live in, the amount of social media. But if you over focus on it too much, I've heard people before, they're constantly checking the Snap Maps for it. And I've heard people before that if they're not active on Snap Maps, then they'll go and look at Messenger. And they know it's mad. They know it's mad. What was even that person's one started dating? Oh yeah, no, it wasn't the exclamation mark. Oh yeah, he's being too clingy too early on. Clingy is not a bad thing if you're with the right person. If you're both clingy people, then it works, right? Opposites, yeah, I guess. Listen, opposites attract, but if you're both clingy, you're both clingy. That no problem with that. But you can't be clingy from day one. From day one, you can't be doing that. Saying that his favourite restaurant was the University Dining Centre. So is that like for Hull? We've got Wetherspoons on campus. Imagine if you started seeing someone and you was, "Oh, so where's your favourite place to go and eat?" Actually, you know, I wouldn't even, if they could justify that. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Actually, I'm going to say that's ridiculous. Because if someone said like, yeah, Wetherspoons on campus and my go-to place to eat because it's cheap, it's there and everyone it's cheap, it's handy, it's not too far away. Everyone's like, you always know people in there. It's a good place to go. Food wise, if you're saying that's the best food you ever had in your life, you're wrong, but it's not an ick. Right, we're going to do one more. Oh. He said the word hollybobs instead of holiday. Very unironic. Hollybobs instead of holiday. The thing is, it's funny to say stuff like that in an ironic sense. If you're saying it ironically, So, oh yeah, mate, just going on my hollybobs this weekend. It's funny. Well, it is. If you say it in the right way, it's funny. If you just say that straight up, if you're not even being ironic with that, then that's bad. But we are going to go through a few more Reddit stories in the upcoming, at least the beer in the mug ones. Maybe we'll do a few solo episodes if we need to do some there. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this very first beer in the mug episode. Let me know who you want me to get on for the next one, and let me know what topics you want on for the next one. I do have a little bit of the Woodgate left in this, so we're going to see this off as we depart from the episode. Yeah, thank you very much for either watching this on YouTube or listening to it on Spotify. If you're watching it on YouTube, then make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're on Spotify, then leave a rating. Just give us a 5-star rating, or at least a rating of some kind. And yes, that would absolutely mean the world to me. So we're going to see this off. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.